on my way to Tel Aviv, Israel. I think I have a meeting with Huckabee when I arrive. That's what someone told me. Anyway, Ambassador Huckabee, as we say. So the president's trip over there to the UN. Why is this so smudgy here? Clean this up. The president goes to the UN, and what a hoot. They sabotage like delinquents, like the demons that control the United Nations. In our country, in New York, under the demons that control New York with their Marxist Islamist mayor on the rise. I mean, talk about territorial spirits. Anyway, don't get me going. So the president's there. They freeze his elevator so that they maybe could catch him and his wife falling down and put that on the tabloid. And his Trump falls down at UN. Then they knock off his teleprompter, so he has to extemporize, which is always good for him because you give him, he's a speaker, right? So you give him a couple of minutes to free flow, and he'll entertain you. And he did. He called out the UN. Matter of fact, it just, pardon my French, it just pissed him off a little bit more. So he was a little bit more on edge. You know what I mean? So then they shut off his speaker. Oh yeah, so that his wife and the people in there could not hear him. They shut the sound off. They shut the teleprompter off. They shut the elevator off. And you know what he says? Maybe we ought to shut the money off. Oh yeah, he said it. He told him in private, he said, we're paying like 25% of this budget. Maybe it's time, maybe I'm going to freeze that, right? I think I'm going to freeze that while we investigate whose scalp we're going to get on the escalator of life. We're riding on the escalators of life, people. So then he goes and excoriates them. I mean, he says, you guys are weak leaders over there in Europe. You're an embarrassment. You were embarrassed in front of me when I found out you're buying oil, you're buying your gas from Russia, but you're trying to go to war with Russia. How the heck can you go to war with Russia when you're funding their economy? Knuckleheads. Calls them right out. Then he says, I'll tell you what, you better deal with this immigration issue. Muslim immigration issue. Because it's killing you. Get your borders up. He said, the United Nations. I found out the United Nations is sending $365 million to get credit cards and phones and passage for you guys to invade my country. Oh yeah, the United Nations is sending people under Biden and paying for them to break in. He said, that's not what you're supposed to do. Trump's actually rather restrained. That's actually not the best use of the United Nations, he says tongue-in-cheek. He says, so far what I got from you is a teleprompter that doesn't work and an escalator doesn't work. He didn't know about the speakers that didn't work until his wife told him, I didn't hear a thing you said. Man, was he furious when he heard that. Anyway, the boss is upset. I'm telling you right now, the boss is hot. He could turn that building into condos as far as he's concerned. Kick him out. Anyway. So then he goes and says, on top of that, the green scam. You guys are wasting your money. You're killing your economies with the stupid environmentalism. The environmentalism and the immigration. Because you're too weak to deal with it. Bam, bam, slap me in the face. He said, I had to solve 7 wars. That's right, 7 wars. Me, myself. 7 wars. I'd love to hear Dave Chappelle do this whole, just his own interpretation of this. If you could only have the courage to come out and be a little MAGA now and then. Be hilarious. So Trump said, I'm the guy that stopped 7 wars. You guys never even called me. Never called me up and said, can we help? That's what he told them. I'm like the Trump whisperer this year, I'll tell you. So then, he ain't done yet. He goes, and another thing for y'all. One more thing. You know what your problem is? All over the place. The way you handle Christians. Christians is a disgrace. When I find out what you're doing to Christians, it just really pisses me off. How you guys are handling them Christians. Woo! All the Muslim, Middle East, everyone's looking at each other. Kim Jong-un rolling his eyes. Deputies over there. China going, is he talking to us? Oh, stop it. Oh my God, Trump is... Then he leaves the place. No, get this. He leaves the place. The reporters want to set him up. Try to trip him up. Mr. President, Russia has apparently been violating international airspace over certain NATO countries. The thinking is they might have to engage them. What do you say? Trump's three-word answer: shoot him down. Shoot him down. That's Putin's nightmare, man. Yeah, shoot him down. They did that to me. I'd shoot him down. Hey, let me ask you a question. Between you and me, the fence post. You think China's gonna be sending any weather balloons floating around our air defenses taking pictures? You think they're gonna do that with Trump? I predict not one weather balloon will show up during Trump's administration. Sorry. The guy is so entertaining. Well, Jimmy Kimmel's not funny. I gotta watch Trump. So anyway, shoot him down. That's his advice. But Putin is like, really? Now, serious, here's what happened. Then Trump goes, to be honest with you, Russia should have gone in and taken Ukraine out if they were half of what they say. You know what Russia is? A paper tiger. That freaked out Putin. He's proud. He's doing his deal over there. He's thumping his chest. Russia. And then Trump, the ultimate insult Trump could give, I think it actually went there was a cut a little deep, is he said they're a paper tiger. Man, they all freaked out in Russia. Because you gotta remember, Putin, Kim Jong-un, and President Xi are all in China having a meeting last month. Remember this one? Before we got traumatized by everything going on, or the shooting and killing and throat cutting. Ay vey. Anyway, so Trump writes, greetings to my friends, Vladimir Putin, President Xi, Kim Jong-un. I hope you're having fun conspiring against me. He sent them a message on Truth Social. I hope you're having fun conspiring against me. And you know that everyone's going with their headphones. What's he say? What did he say? What did he say? He says, I hope you're enjoying conspiring against him. They looked at each other like, how do you deal with this guy? How do you deal with him? That's the point. Enjoy it while you got it, because once in a lifetime, you get a Haley's Comet coming by like this, folks. I just want to brighten your day with a little bit of news you need to know about what happened at the UN. And Trump's freezing some money over there. You know how the boss is. You can't put any money in that place. Hey, then Chuck Schumer. They're going to have a shutdown in the government. Because dummy Chuck Schumer, what he wants to do is he wants trans surgeries. Oh, trans is really hot on the menu. I'm sure everybody's excited about the trans. Why don't we help fund Antifa and trans while we're at it? So, they want to do that. Plus, they want to do more free Medicaid. Oh, yeah. Free Medicaid and health care for illegal immigrants. And so Trump goes, are you out of your flipping tree? No, I'm not even going to talk. Don't even come over to my office. You're disrespecting me now. He kicks them out. They go, you're not even going to talk to us and negotiate? No, I'm not going to negotiate until you get your head on straight. You crazy? So they're threatening a shutdown. Here's what Trump's saying. We got a pretty bloated government here in Washington. If we shut this thing down, then my guy over at the Office of Budget Management, we could start firing people. We could kind of slim down this tiger. I think we could lose a few pounds here. They're only going to shut this thing down for a week or two before they freak out. So, maybe we'll just fire people. We need to trim the government. Yeah, let's do a shutdown. That's a good idea. Then by default, I get to cut jobs. Schumer's like, yeah, but you'll have to hire him back. You'll have to take him back, because that's the way it works in Washington. Trump goes, try me. Ooh, enjoy the moment, people. Yeah, I had a lady come up to me yesterday. Well, I got to get to my flight. I don't want to miss my flight. If I miss my flight talking to you, Annabelle will be so mad. So listen, a lady comes up to me yesterday. I want to thank you so much. I go, for what? She goes, all the money I made on Birch Gold. Do you guys know, if you had listened to me and bought one flipping ounce of Birch Gold, just a little ounce of gold, a year ago, 2 years ago, when I started talking about it, over 50%. You understand what a return on investment is when I could show you, hey man, put $1 down, get $1.50 back. That's like 2 years investment return on Birch flipping gold. Go to lancewallnau.com/gold. You spell it Gold. like Mar-a-Lago. Well, they don't spell it the same, but he likes gold. LanceWallnau.com/gold. Get the report. Read about how they're screwing around with the dollar. All the nations in the world hate us so much. I swear to God, it's like we're irritating everybody. Because Trump's he's a bull in a china shop. Thank God he's our bull. Anyway, when that dollar, I pray that the dollar doesn't collapse, burn up, but it's struggling now because these government people just spend money. My God, they just spent 35 trillion. It's almost like the Marxists want to crash the economy. All right, okay. LanceWallnau.com/gold. Come up to me a year from now and say, I'm so glad I made so much money off of you. I'd love to hear those reports. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm on my way to go meet with my people, the Jewish people. They're so unpopular, Candace Owens. The next thing you know, they're going to say, Bibi Netanyahu shot Charlie Kirk. That's how stupid these people are. My tribe, my MAGA people. I'm getting these texts all the time. Oh, the Mossad was behind Charlie Kirk shooting. You knuckleheads. Do you have a brain cell in your head to understand what you're talking about? And the anti-Semitism that is swirling around, the pro-Palestinian Gaza garbage. I swear, you want to kill the move of God in America? Just start hating. You can persecute the Christians, and the nation will still flourish because the Christians will succeed. But don't turn your back on the struggling Jews over there. The dumb move. For a lot of reasons I can't get into now. Share this with other people. You know I'm opinionated. That's why I can only talk to you. Most people won't invite me to talk at their conference. They're afraid of what I'll say.